that you're traveling at lower elevations than a typical airliner would. I know I talked to Bob K2SJP before the net, and he told me he had a nice ride one time from I think from Orlando, maybe Tampa Bay there. Anyway, to Dubai in a 787. He says it was absolutely amazing how comfortable it was. Anyway, let's move along. Let's go to Charlie, K4YDB. Charlie, did you get your internet back yet? It's probably too late now. W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Yes, sir, I did. And the question is, by the way, I just got it up there. But I'll go on. Anyway, morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Right now, it's currently 47 degrees here. I have no clue what the temperature is supposed to be today because I didn't have any internet so I could check it and find out. But anyway, yeah, I was getting a little nervous here because it was gone for so long. I was having withdrawals from it. It's amazing. All right, that's all I got. As far as the question goes, I think I'm just going to Charlie out on this one. W5OG, K4YDB, I'm back to net.
Okay, Charlie out, Charlie. Mighty fine. And yeah, it's amazing how soon we we get used to having some capabilities there. And what did we ever do without this? Well, we did quite fine actually. Oh my! Let's go to the ops officer there. Good morning, Carl. KF7GJO. You're up. W5OG.
Okay, Dale. Good morning, everybody. KF7GJO here. And your comments about Charlie's live stream is certainly accurate. It feels like my right arm is tied behind my back, not being able to look up there, study it, look at the list of competitors this morning, et cetera, et cetera. And it is cold here. Not cold like it was in Arkansas, but it's certainly cold. We always get a dry cold. It's quite humid out there this morning. It's just, the air has so yeah, hopefully it'll warm up and I get out and do some work in the yard, maybe around April or May. Well, interesting question about the 787, and excuse me. I wish I could sit here and look at it so that I could study all the choices. Don't have that option. So I'm going to go with answer Delta, D Delta as false, and you just listed so many specifics on that there's something stuck in the back of my mind that says this isn't all right. So, hey, I'm going to take the dice, throw them, push all my chips to the center of the pile, and go with Delta. So we'll see whether I'm a winner or a loser today. So, back to you, buddy. W5OG, KF7, TJ.
Okay, Carl, mighty fine. Anyway, a couple of distractions here I still had to take care of. But anyway, mighty fine there, Carl. And we get used to this stuff easily, and then we don't know what to do when it goes away. Oh my! Anyway, but I guess Charlie's got it up and going. If anybody wants to bring up that YouTube video now or YouTube live stream, put K4YDB in the search window, and then find the round circular photo of the C-47 and click on that. That's the easy way that I found it works to find the live picture. Then you have to look for the little red flag that says live and click on that, and you'll get it. All right, let's move along. Go to Lee, N5BE. Did you get all your stuff that needed to be done this morning done there, Lee? You're up, W5OG.
W5OG, N5BE. Good morning, Dale. And good morning, everybody. I was on the phone with a three-letter federal agency having a discussion about acquiring devices. Nudge, nudge. So I'll just leave it at that. And I'm enjoying the day off. Thank you, Mike and John, for my day off on a task that somehow I've inherited. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but anyway, enjoying the day off here. I learned something from a very wise guy at General Dynamics. Wise as not a wise guy, but a brilliant guy. And, us and Pratt would go at it, hammer and tongs on the F-16 for engine sale, especially in the FMS area. And he told me one day, he says, it's probably a good idea to not throw a rock at an engine because you hit the airplane every time. So now I'm going to throw a rock at an engine. That Rolls-Royce engine is so bad. How bad is it? It's so bad that British Airways has stopped ordering that engine and has switched to the Gen X engine. That's how bad it is. When you get your national airline saying, I've had enough, and switching to an American engine, you know it's bad. Air New Zealand did the same thing, and I think there may be some others. I won't get into all the reasons why there, but rock has been thrown. Sorry. So on with the thing that jumped out at me, Dale, is the word autonomous. I don't believe there's any autonomous airliners flying out there. It may have the capability, but why? I'm going with Delta because autonomous just stuck out at me, Dale, and that's my answer today. So again, thanks for the day off and enjoying it. W5OG N5B.
Okay, Lee. All right, Delta is your answer. Mighty fine. And did we get an answer for Carl? KF7GJ, let me drop back to you. We didn't have your answer listed there, Carl. Would you give that again there, over?
Sure. I selected D Delta.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure since I didn't see that in there, and I guess maybe Mike didn't get it himself there. Anyway, we've got it now. All right, let's go to John. W7AJN, you had a good signal this morning. John, you're up. W5OG.
W5OG, W7AJN. Good morning, Dale, again. And good morning to all the flyers out there. Beautiful day here in Peoria, Arizona, where it is, I think, 51 degrees right now. And it's going to go up to 79. Probably another record today. But almost summer. How about that? So the girls are doing fine. Susan's off with physical therapy this morning. And I think Michaela's doing just fine. And let's see. This question. Oh, thanks everybody for doing the Echo Link. The net logger. Who was Mike, I think, doing it. Thank you very much for doing that. And let's see, your question. Well, I think that alpha is only partially true because it is a composite carbon fiber, that kind of thing. That I think it was in more than one section. So I don't think it was one solid tube. So I think that alpha is false, and it seems like delta is probably false too. I don't think they use fiber optics in that aircraft. By the way, I flew in the 787 to Japan the last time we went from San Francisco to Tokyo, and that's the one was very smooth, very wonderful flight. And further apart, you don't have the short space between the, and it was just very, very comfortable. So we enjoyed that flight, both, and it was on Japan Airlines, both ways, there and back. It was a wonderful flight. So we really enjoyed the flight in the 780 flight. So that's what I'm going to call it, Alpha's call and Delta's call. So I'll be here to the bottom. W5OG and 7AJF.
Okay, John, mighty fine. Well, that's interesting about your experience with JAL there. And I've always heard good reports from them. In fact, I think I did one transoceanic with JAL. Anyway, mighty fine. Got your answers, Alpha Delta there. All right, let's go to Tom, KA4YES in Dothan. No, you're not in Dothan. You're at that park out there in the eastern part of Alabama. Go ahead, Tom. You're up. KA4YES W5OG. Joe, W5ABI in Las Cruces. Good morning again, Joe. You're up, W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Dale. Good morning, all the Flyers. Good signals all around. Beautiful morning here in Las Cruces. Clear blue sky. It's right now it's 41. Supposed to go up to 63. We had a low of 31, so we can't complain about the weather. And we're not promising a white Christmas this year. Hi. My answer is going to be Alpha. And I got a question for you, Dale. I know you got an FB220 like me. You put the improved fan in that. Did it really make a difference in cooling? Anyhow, back to you. And we'll be here at the bottom. W5OG, W5ABI.
Joe, I don't remember that being one of the Harbaugh modifications. If it is, I probably did it. Seemed to me like I did all of those Harbaugh. That's been more than 25 years ago. That I did got my old SB220 out of storage and decided I would update it to make it modern, and it worked great with my my ICOM transceiver back then. The Harbaugh modifications do make it a very, very fine modern amplifier. But I can't remember any change to the fan. So I can't really answer that, Joe. I don't recall that. I never had a problem with cooling with that amplifier, though, that I can remember. All right, let's move along. Go to Bob, NX6RG. Good morning, Bob. You're up, W5OG.
Good morning, Dale. W5OG in the group, NX6RG. Now, it's kind of a chilly, overcast day here in Northern California. Well, that's an interesting question about the 787. I know a little bit about it, but not a whole lot. But of the answers you gave on that question, the one that sticks out in my mind is Alpha, because it'd be an incredible feat to have a single composite section for the fuselage. I mean, that's so long. So I think it's made in sections. I mean, that's what would be reasonable. So it's not a single, a single operation to make the whole fuselage. You got pieces that have to be attached to each other. So for that reason, I think Alpha is false, and I'm not positive about the rest of it. I know it's a lot more fuel efficient, and I know it's quieter. Whether those numbers are right, I'm not sure. The engines look familiar, and I reread your answer, Delta, with regard to fiber optics. It doesn't say all of it's fiber optics, so that would imply that some of it could be fiber optic and some could be conventional copper wire. So I think that's correct. It has an autonomous capability. It doesn't mean it uses it, but I do believe that. So I think just Alpha is the incorrect statement, Dale. And I'm going to be one and done. I'll try to listen out here for the answer. I got to go take Schroeder for his walk here shortly. W50G, NX6RG.
Okay, yeah, mighty fine there, Bob. Yep, get out and give Schroeder his walk, and we'll say 73 to you, and I'm sure we'll talk to you before Christmas. So anyway, all the best to you and your family there. All right, let's go to James in Belton, KG5PTE. Good morning, James. You're up, W5OG.
All right, Dale, W5OG, KG5PT. The advantage of being on the bottom of the list every day is I can do some research here and some homework on the question of the day. And I will agree with Bob, Professor Bob, NX6RG. I think Alpha is the the incorrect one. And that one Delta with the fiber optics, I do think that aircraft has some fiber optics in it. So, in fact, I know some people in Boeing, I was in the Air Force with that actually worked on that aircraft. So, good question of the day, so I'm going to go with Alpha. And I got a question for you guys and the flyers. I got to thinking about something. With all this talk about drones flying around, have you noticed that they're only reported during the nighttime? My question is to the group, has anybody seen any of them during the day? And the news media hasn't elaborated on that. So, that's my question of the day. Are these drones spotted during the day? Back to net, KG5PT. I'll be here at the bottom.
Yeah, okay, James. Yeah, I don't know, but that's a good question. Interesting. Has anybody ever spotted one in the daytime? And if they were trying to do it clandestinely, let's say, that's probably not a word, but anyway, they wouldn't put lights on them, and that's the only way we can see them at night for sure. The whole thing is interesting to me. This phenomena of the number of drones that are flying around when they outlawed. You have to have licenses if it's more than I don't know, half a pound or something. They're going to be awfully light before you get into the realm where the FAA wants you to license the thing. Anyway, I don't know all I need to know about that, I guess. I need to find out more, just like everybody else. All right, James, we got you down as Alpha, and we'll move along. Let's see, Chris is just listening, and we have a visitor here that I didn't acknowledge, and I apologize. KD9RAZ. That's Clinton in Indiana there. I think you may have checked in with us before. That call is familiar. KD9RAZ, you're up, W5OG.
It looks like a lot of those answers would make sense. I'm going to go with all of them. Which is nice, and then for a good another 2 weeks Christmas vacation. With that,
is it Clinton or Clint? Which do you prefer there? Over. Mighty fine. I guess I'll just shorten it to Clint. Appreciate the input and the information, and you're from up here in Washington now, and I did turn the antenna a bit more toward you, and you came right up with me here locally, so got you with no problem. And you think now by all of the above, you think all of the above are not true? And that's the way the statement was, which if any of the following statements are incorrect. So you think they're all incorrect? Is that true, Clinton?
I'll go with A.
All right, mighty fine. Well, it's interesting whenever you do these questions. I do appreciate your checking in with us. Thank you for joining us there, Clinton. Come back whenever you can and enjoy your, I don't know whether you're up there in Washington State on vacation or maybe just for Christmas or whatever, but at least you were able to get on the air. That's super. All right, let's get to the question. That's the bottom of the list. I guess did I miss anybody on the initial trip? I don't think I did because I have answers to everyone except for Joe, W5ABI. Did you give an answer there, Joe? W5ABI, W5OG?
No comment.
Go ahead.
Yeah, K1DOB. I said they were all true. I didn't answer it correctly, so my answer is all true, Dale.
Okay, that's great. So none of the above are incorrect. That's why I wondered. I saw your ABCD also there, Bob. And break with you. Let's go with it. Try Joe one more time. W5ABI. Joe, did I miss you, or did you give an answer there? W5OG. Well, I don't know what happened to Joe. One last time. W5ABI. Are you there, Joe? W5OG. W5ABI. Joe, what was your answer? I think he gave a report. Hopefully I didn't skip over him and he got mad and left. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and let me give the answers to the questions here, and then we'll have time for a quick 73 round. What was the comment? I don't hear anything. Anybody hear Joe?
W5ABI, WW5END, you there, Joe?
No, I would hear him. He always has a good signal with me. We have a good path. Anyway, let me go ahead and give the answer, and we'll go back to Joe here shortly for the 73 round. All right, the question of the day had to do with the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, and as I mentioned, we haven't spoken much about this airplane. It has many unique features, which we all are mostly familiar with. Which, if any of the following statements about the aircraft is or are incorrect? A was 787's fuselage is made of a single barrel section constructed of a lightweight composite material instead of aluminum sheets and fasteners like those used on other aircraft. Now, I copied and pasted that. So, the problem comes with the fact that, as many of you noted, the thing is made in various sections, and then they are glued, as someone mentioned, together. And I'm sure that that's correct. Now, what process they use to do that, I don't know. But it results in a single barrel. That was not intended to be a false answer. I'll give credit for that because I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I do know that they're made up because they've had some problems. If you've kept up with the latest changes or latest news on that from Boeing, they've had a whistleblower that said that the construction processes that have been used by Boeing are insufficient to provide for long-term viability of the airframe. And this is some employee, disgruntled employee with Boeing that has reported this, and part of his the belief, as I understand it, and it's been a little bit complicated, is that some of the subcontractors that they use have taken shortcuts with joining these. So it obviously kind of it defeats the statement about it being a single barrel, but it's intended to be a continuous single barrel construction all the way through. And they do that by the various epoxy methods of it becomes part of the composite material itself when it joins it. Anyway, that's my explanation on answer alpha. It intended to be correct. And answer Bravo was 787 uses the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 and the General Electric GEnx engines. That is a true statement. And as Lee mentioned, they've had much problems with the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine. It's a very poor engine. They've had problems with corrosion, of all things, on the rotor blades. And some of them have actually come apart and thrown parts all over, and all sorts of things that you don't want to have happen with your engine for sure. So many of the users are going back to strictly the GenX engine, and they're very good on Lee to pick up on that. I thought he probably would. So that actually is a true statement. The operators, you can choose which engine you want, either the General Electric or the Rolls-Royce engine. And not many are picking Rolls-Royce engines right now. All right, and the answer, Charlie, was the 787. Yes, has raked wingtips and noise reducing chevrons on the engine nacelles, and they produce 60% less noise. That is the correct statement, and 20% more fuel efficiency than other similar-sized aircraft. The airplane is beautiful, and that the laminar flow is evident when you just look at it standing on the ground even. And the results are 20% more fuel efficiency, and it's becoming very popular. I think they have current orders up to 1,900 of the things, and they produced over 1,100 so far. So it's an amazing airplane. I think it's going to be very, very successful for Boeing. And answer Delta was that the 787 has an advanced avionics system featuring fiber optic technology for high data transfer rates, large high-resolution displays. If you've seen a picture of the cockpit, you know you've seen those, and it's amazing. It has a sophisticated flight management computer, I'm sure of that, and an advanced collision avoidance system, all of which provide an autonomous operation capability. Never any intention that it would be autonomous, have any kind of autonomous capability. So that was a false statement. All of statement D is correct except for the autonomous part, and Lee picked right up on that. So good on you, Lee. Once again, you came through there. All right, that's the answer for the question and the answer for the day. And we'll have time for a quick 73. Now, let me take a quick standby to see if we have any last-minute check-ins before we start the 73 round. Any other check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net? Call now, W5OG. Well, I don't hear anybody. Let's go ahead and start. I think that's probably sufficient. Let's try Don. I think he is still in there. K0ZNC, see if you have any comments for the 72 round. Don, if you'd bring him in there. Bob, K1BOB, W5OG.
K1BOB. And Don, 73 round, Don. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you putting on there as usual. But I think also was incorrect, and all the answers weren't correct. Am I very good there? If so, I appreciate the question and the answers. And listening today is
Papa Dale again. W5OG being K1 DOB. Just got 0 ZS Charlie train.
Well, Don, I think he said Delta was a false, at least partially false one. K1 DOB back to now.
Yeah, that was the correct response was Delta because of the autonomous capability. They're not. Boeing is not pursuing that so far. They like pilots, and we all like pilots. I particularly like pilots. I'll make a quick comment here. I could talk about this for a long time, but can you imagine a young pilot got hired by the airlines? I don't care which airline it is, doesn't matter. And get to fly a Boeing 787 for your whole career or something. Can you imagine that? What a wonderful career that would be, because it is a fabulous airplane. Oh my gosh, to be starting over. I know I don't want to start over again, but I can only imagine what a great and how much money you could make doing something that you thoroughly enjoy. No better profession in the world than that. Let's see. Let's go to Ken up in Kingman, Arizona there. 7-3 round there, Ken, if you're still there. AE7SX. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG, AE7SX, Kingman, Arizona. Nothing more to add here, gentlemen. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, mighty fine there, Ken. We'll look forward to you being there on tomorrow's net there. That'll be WW5ENZ will be net control. Chief Mike. All right, let's move along to Uncle Cliff, W5PIX in the Mobile there. Cliff, I heard you pretty good there. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG in the group, W5PIX Mobile. Well, that was a wild guess, but, following Don seems to be a good way to go. But, yeah, fiber optics would be great, but, it is not that good for aviation. I don't think it can stand up to all the vibration as copper wire does. But anyways, the Dreamliner, probably really enjoy what I'm doing. So, I may not make a whole lot of money, but, I've got to see the United States from ground level, not from up above. But anyways, have a good one, everybody. Merry Christmas to all. And we'll be around to I'll be over on that now. Chris Whiskey 5, OG. I mean, yeah. Thank you, Sam. OG. All right, Cliff. Yeah, we'll see you over on Echo Lake perhaps for a few minutes afterwards. Yeah, I think the two professions are very close. You especially what I did with UPS and also Bob was with FedEx, and so we were hauling packages just like what you do essentially. And I know we always had a good relationship with the over the road UPS guys, and very very interesting. Anyway, I was with the UPS for 17 years. I look forward to going to work every day, even though I was a commuter and it was sometimes a difficult task to get to work. But that was my own fault. That was my doing, not the company's. All right, let's move along. Go to Bob. Let's see. W5. Okay. K1BLB, you're next there, Bob. And thanks for the help today with everything. W5OG.
K1BOB, no problems. Thanks, Mike and Charlie, for finally getting it up there. I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm sorry on the last one. I got more right than I thought I would, but I wrote down advanced. I missed the autonomous part, but I knew it had I knew it had fiber optics. So very good. This is K1BOB. Thanks, Dale, and 73 to everybody. See you on Echo.
All righty. Mighty fine, Bob. Always fun. All right, let's go to Bill, W2WLD. I guess you all are planning a big Christmas there, Bill. I got your email about Christmas Day. I'm sure we can work out something. I'm going to be around. I don't know if I can do the net, but we'll do an abbreviated net or something for Christmas Day, and maybe we'll talk about that on Echolink afterwards. Go ahead for the 73 round, Bill. W2WLD, W5OG.
Yeah, that's pretty much resolved, Dale. I'm going to do an abbreviated net, and we'll hopefully get it done before a lot of the family arrives. But thank you for the offer. Enjoyed it today. Thanks. Everybody have a great day. 73 W5OG, W2WLD.
Okay, Bill. Mighty fine. 73 to you for today. Maybe we'll see you on again tomorrow there. We'll have a couple more opportunities to get together before Christmas. All right, John, WA6LJS, thanks for the help there, John. Sure is nice to have the net logger and be able to just pass it from one net controller to another one at a moment's notice there. Appreciate that capability. You know, flexibility is the key. Flexibility is the key to air power, as we used to say. All right, WA6LJS, 73, John, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, thanks. W5OT, WA6LJS. Well, pretty good conditions here. The only one I needed the SDR for was Tom, KA4YES. I couldn't hear him locally. But everybody else is doing pretty good here. Anyway, 73 is rapidly warming up here. We're already up to 60 degrees, so that's going to be a nice day here. Back to you, W5OG, WA6LJS.
All right, John. Mighty fine. All right, Brian, WB5DRI, 73 round, Brian, W5OG. Oh, I think he had to go, what was it, do something. I forget what. Oh, I think they had an appointment, so I apologize. All right, 7-3 to Brian, and let's go to Mike at WW5ENZ. Thanks for the help with the net logger today there, Mike, as always. And maybe we need to get something coordinated on, if Lee, he can't be a permanent net logger. We need to kind of pass that along and know who's going to be on the hook for it each day. Well, maybe that's one of the things we need to bring up, I suppose, is how best to organize that. What do you think on that, Mike? WW5ENZ. Go ahead, W5OG.
Okay, W5OG. Yeah, WW5ENZ. Yeah, it's kind of right now it's kind of informal, and yeah, I don't ever mind taking it, and neither I'm sure John doesn't care either. We just. I think he was kidding a little bit because Lee knows anytime he wants, we'll take over for him. But if you want, yeah, it doesn't matter to me. It's just, whatever. But it is good to do it every now and then, Dale. In fact, today I'm going back through it. I'm going, oh man, I'm a little bit rusty here. I started missing some calls and stuff. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I guess the answer was D. Interesting. But I missed some of that. I had you really good in the beginning. You were local, really good. And then I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes ago, I couldn't quite copy you locally. So conditions are changing a little bit. Anyway, everybody have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow, I guess. I'll give it another try. WW5ENZ, back to you. 73s, everybody.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, all good comments. Yeah, you're right. There's no need in over-engineering this thing. If between the three or four of us that do net logging, somebody's going to be there for sure. Oh, gosh, I just knocked over the speaker. I don't know how exactly I managed to do that, but I'll be pulling the china shop here. All right, let's move along. And again, thank you, Mike. K4YDB, Charlie 73 round, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good net today, Dale. I was sorry about not having a question up there until later. And it's still been blinking on and off for me. I had to reset it once already, so hopefully it'll be stabilized a little bit. I've only dropped about 130 frames is what it's showing right at the moment. But Yeah, it'd be nice to have somebody that can back me up over here and log into my computer and just turn things on and off. It's not that difficult to do because everything will be preset. Because I am not going to be here for the 24th, and 25th is iffy if I can get here in time. Then also I'm planning a trip in January, first week in January for a few days, not very long. But this one here, I'm not taking my dog or any computers or anything like that uh, with me because I want to have a little bit more fun doing something different. Anyway, that's all that's going on over here. I'll turn it back to you, W5OGK4YDB. I'm back to net.
Yeah, okay, Charlie. And there again, we can't depend on you all to be there 365 days a year. So anyway, and if there's a way we can do it remotely, I'd be glad to revisit that possibility, Charlie. Maybe we can talk about that sometime also. Anyway, 7-3 to you for now, Charlie. Let's go to Carl, KF7GJO, 7-3 round, Carl, W5OG.
Okay, Dale. Hey, good job today, even with our severe handicap. Just to confirm, Delta was the wrong answer. And I say that because somebody was jamming the hell out of you when you were given the response. W3, and we'll try this again tomorrow. W5OG, KF7GJR.
Okay, Carl. Yes, Delta was the incorrect one for sure because of the autonomous capability. They did not, Boeing did not intend to make this system have any kind of autonomous operation capability. We all know that it's possible. The airplane definitely will take itself off and land itself. And that's old technology now, and it's an excellent capability. I mean, having flown Boeing airplanes, I'm typed in the 7.5 and the 7.6, and I know that system will bring the airplane down the center line and bring it to a stop on the runway, and you have to physically turn the autopilot off in order to taxi the airplane away from the center line. It's a very, very excellent system, and it does work. So, once pilots see that, they know that the autonomous capability is there. Whether or not we want that or not, that's going to be the question. And apparently, Boeing is flying on the side of we're going to keep flying with pilots, and they need to have somebody there to make sure that things are going right, because you never know what the eventuality might occur. It's just not worth right now at least, it's not worth the risk. All right, let's move along, go to Lee and see if he has any more comments about that. N5BE, Delta was the incorrect answer. You are right, Carl. N5BE, go ahead, Lee, W5OG.
W5OG, N5BE. Yeah, there's a difference between autonomous and a enhanced autopilot capability. It has a different connotation. And so that stuck out at me. So, why would you lay in a capability that is extremely expensive to do on a commercial aircraft? The regression testing involved, the EMI testing would be unbelievable because of FAA requirements. So you'd end up with a capability that is not certifiable. Why would you do that? So anyway, that's my flight testing and certification experience there. And your question has stimulated another question for me. So I'm gonna write up a question based on this stuff today. And general comment on flight safety and training and everything else along those lines. Western pilots are pretty darn good relative to their background and their training and their basic flying capabilities are pretty darn good. I think where things fall down are non-Western Airlines, who you now have a whole generation of younger pilots who are more system managers than seat-of-the-pants pilots, and sometimes that comes back to bite them. So I'd be interested in what your comment is there, Dale. W50D and 5B, 73, everybody.
Yeah, fine, Lee. I tell you, I've seen this, you know, from the Air Force and the older airplanes with round dials, I'll say, and and then the advantage of having a flight engineer, and when we got to the point where the technology permitted the computers to take the function of the flight engineer, for example. And yes, and it was amazing to me to see that transition, because I'm from the old school of nothing can replace those two extra eyeballs in the cockpit. But I'm not sure that that's true anymore. That computer does such an excellent job, and that airplane is so sophisticated. And even when things fail, it is able to recover from that on its own in many instances. Oh, just a minute. I've got to get rid of that phone call. So that was a spam call. Yeah, but anyway, yes, and the training is excellent. I know the computer development of the proficiency that you're able to maintain just from the computer alone. Computer operation, the motion devices and things that are very sophisticated. And when you have a problem in the airplane, in all cases, you've seen it before. You know, that's unique in the history of aviation. That there are very few new fields to plow anymore, as we'll say. Somebody has been down that road before, and that you're able to handle emergencies that people were never able to recover from in the past, in many instances, as a result of that. All good comments, and yeah, there's many questions we could come up and talk about, many different subjects. But anyway, thank you, Lee. Let's move along. Go to John, W7AJN, 73 round, John, W50G.
W50G, W7AJN. Very interesting comments on the autonomous flying. You know, here in Peoria, and I guess, or in Phoenix area, I guess maybe another city, they've got the autonomous taxis that drive up to your location, you get in, and away it goes. It drives itself all the way to wherever you put in the information, the address. And some people say if there's an autonomous vehicle, I'm not getting in. Other people say, it's no problem. You get in, and away it goes. So we're moving in that direction with autonomous travel. It's probably going to get into buses, not too distant future, and then it's there. I can't believe that if it's autonomously moved, it would need to have at least one pilot. That's my opinion. But anyway, we're moving in that direction. Thanks to everybody for helping out with the today, and Kevin Freeze, all the flyers out there, make it a wonderful day.
Okay, fine, John. Yeah, good comments, and but we're still a ways away from autonomous aircraft, I think. Especially airliners, carrying people. You might be able to get away with it with packages. I'm sure UPS would love to have a bunch of airplanes if they didn't have to pay pilots to fly. They'd jump on that in a heartbeat. All right, thank you, John. Good comment. 7-3 to you. Let's go to Tom. K4YES 7-3, Tom, W5OG. Yeah, fine, and you too, Tommy. And yeah, I just wonder, where are our priorities? These poor folks up there in the western part of North Carolina, many of them are still without a home. They're homeless, and here we're diverting funds for illegals. It doesn't, somehow or another our priorities are askew. Anyway, 7-3 to you, Tom. We'll talk to you some more tomorrow. Joe, W5ABI. Maybe you're back by now, Joe. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG, W5ABI. Good net, good question. Yeah, I had someone at the door, and I thought I heard you calling me in the background, but I couldn't get back to the rig, so I don't know what that was about. Anyhow, 73 to you and all the Flyers. Thanks for running the net. Okay, W5OG, W5ABI.
All right. Yeah, we did, Joe. We called you because we weren't sure of your answer. But anyway, we've covered the answer was Delta was the incorrect one because of autonomous capability. That was not intended or designed for the airplane. All right, let's see. The last one, I think NX6RG, Bob is walking the dog, so let's see about James. KG5PTE. James, you're up. W5OG, 7-3.
7-3 Dale, W5OG, KG5PT. Well, I'm on 100 watts today. I'm on the 7300. I haven't fired it up in a while, so I wanted to make sure it's working. And just tell you, I've been lazy. I didn't want to switch everything over on the other radios from the amplifier. I've been having a lot of fun during the day on 7213 with talking to people. So chime in sometime, Dale, if you got time. 7-3s, and thanks for running the net. W5OG, KG5PT.
Yeah, we're all busy this time of the year, that's for sure there, James. But I'll try and get on. Today it's going to be busy for me. I've got to go to Sam's here. I got to make a Sam's run. Very important for the upcoming event. All right, we'll move along. Let's see, that's the end of the list as I have it. We'll say hello to Chris again in Bowling Green, KS5KY. Receive only today, and now I believe you receive only. You were earlier. Are you there today, Chris? I better check. KS5KY, are you there? W5OG? No, I think he was receive only. And KD9RAZ, I think he, let me see if Clint is still there. Are you still there, Clint, for the 73 round, W5OG? Yes, I was based out of Louisville for most of I was a captain based in Ontario, California for maybe 4 years of that period. Go ahead, Clint. right, Clint, mighty fine. Well, we are out of time, and I apologize to the Alaska Pacific guys. Normally, I try and get finished with the net by 10 minutes before, but it's coming up on the bottom of the hour. I need to get off of here, so I will thank everyone for their participation. Everybody have a great day, and get good luck in getting everything wrapped up for Christmas there. 7-3 for now. W5OG now closing the Air Force's Flyer Subnet. Those of you that can make it, come over to Echolink, and we'll continue on. W5OG now returning the frequency to normal amateur use. 7-3 all.